Hello. Today I thought I'd try a dual 3-3 opening. The 3-3 point is not probably it's not considered the best opening move, but it's close enough to okay that it's quite playable. Could take another 3-3 point just to be annoying, which I think I will. And normally one of the disadvantages of the 3-3 is that it's kind of hard to follow up with some sort of Shimari. Let's see. This one, I guess. So normally, it's sort of like black doesn't really want to play in this corner and white doesn't really want to play in this corner. We might get sort of approach later on, but yeah, it's a bit harder to know how to continue compared to 3-4 or 4-4. Okay, this is quite a low extension here. I probably don't have to do anything right away, but later on I'm going to try to reduce this somehow. For now, let's play this joseki. This is usually a fine result for black. So here I do have the option of taking the corner. But what's probably going to happen is that I will extend here and then white can take center. And I think I'm okay with that result. So this is another common follow-up to press with the 4-4 point, but this is not always the best for white, but I think it's okay in this board position, perhaps when white is already going for influence here on the left. The most common is this slide. I think I'll play this turn just because it's slightly more unusual. And I think this is sort of supposed to be a mistake, but I'm actually not so sure nowadays. But thinking is that black can play this clamp, and white has to go down, and I can cut. And the fight is probably slightly good for black, but it's not entirely clear actually. So if I extend here, I guess white will keep pushing on the second line. If I play something like this connect, white could Hana out here. I could think about pushing here once before extending here, just to not allow this Atari. So I'm actually not sure what's going to happen to my corner. Oh, I didn't consider that white could do that. It's interesting. Now there are so many choices here. I could Hana connect. Or I could extend here. Problem is, if I extend here, white is going to push a few times and then probably kill the corner. Maybe with this on it. And if I extend once, I want to continue extending, so probably I'll start with this one. And just connect. Still, it's not sure that the corner is going to survive, but this gives me some more liberties. I think I have to extend from this side now. And an important question here is whether I can Hane, for instance, at this point.
Yoyomi now starts.
Hane, extend. Hane. Get very bad shape.
9, 8.
Let's extend once more. Now if white pushes again, I might Hane. Because now this cut is not is more playable for me. I have some more liberties with these stones. And white's group is just barely not completely live. But also my corner is not alive. But this move allows me the option to live with my corner now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So I think I'll play this clamp. And I have Mia of running out or living in the corner. So the hope here is that white will be forced to come back and live. I think for white to try this cut, I mean white could cut once here, but probably can't afford to continue this fight. We'll eventually have to come back and live, and then it's not sure if these are going to be good exchanges. So if white lives directly, then maybe we should play in this area to strengthen this group and attack this one. It looks my opponent has some connection issues. White could also think about like this clamp here, but it probably like removes, yeah, probably just removes Moraji. And white is going to try to get something out of this cut. Probably I just extend. And this is a slightly nervous fight, but I think I help this side at this point. Like if I play from this side, Even this cut looks a bit scary, right?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So I think I should play from this side and white
2
compress here, but
yoyomis
it's
left.
okay still because white will need to come back eventually. But I'm not sure what to play with this one or this.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
I
4.
don't know, just play something here. I got slightly nervous here that eventually white could still get this vital point. And here, actually it might still be playable, but it felt too slow to play there directly. That doesn't feel right. So here we will just save these, and this is painful to crawl like this, but the idea is that white has to come back in the future. But hard to know if this is actually still okay to allow white to get this quite strong group, erasing what was potential black area. So right now if I Hane, throw in, goes down here, here. Can I kill this? It's very big for white to get this turn, of
9,
course, but
8, 7.
I still think killing this is quite big. So I throw in, white here, me here, here, here. Winning by 1 liberty, I think.
Nine, 8, 7, 6.
Hopefully I didn't misread that. So I have 5 liberties and wait, is it even winning by 2 liberties? If I Tanuki at this point, well, first of all, white can't gain liberties by pushing into the corner. So best to
9,
white here,
8,
like here.
7,
Yeah, you should be able
6,
to
5, 4.
play here. Yeah. Now we take this vital point, I think. We could push or we could live in the corner. And I mean, this is dead, so maybe we can Tanuki entirely.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think I'll play this one because like eventually I'm going to have to capture this anyways. And this makes it so that this peep is actually threatening a cut. This connecting is no longer white Santa. Mm-hmm.
9, 8, 7.
I think we may be a touch out like this in this case. This is not good if we want to attack this stone, but I feel quite weak in this case, so I don't mind making white a bit stronger. And is this too slow? I think this is good. Like this group is yeah, I could have thought about starting with that point, but I wanted to be safe.
9, 8, 7.
So maybe we try to get some forcing moves here, and then attack in some way. Let's see, white has one eye here, maybe. Yeah, I could potentially get one eye there.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm not too sure about this move. Feels a bit... Actually, maybe Maya was supposed to take this point directly. Then white goes into the corner. Gets an eye anyways. Okay, so if I back off, white gets an eye. If I Atari... We have Atari...
9, 8, 7, 6.
I feel like showing some fighting spirit here. So can I connect this if white plays some code threat and takes back? Can I afford to connect, or what is going on? So with this Atari I connect and I should be connected
9,
enough.
8, 7,
But with this
6,
Atari
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last Byoyomi.
okay, so if I just strengthen myself on the outside,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I don't know, let's do this. Let's give one white one eye here,
Byoyomi now starts.
and then just make myself strong on the outside. Probably Suketa Hani here. White can probably make a second eye here. I'm trying not to be too focused on getting the kill. And I'm not too worried about any cut here, even if like white prepares to cut, because this move gives me quite a lot of eye shape. Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Let's capture here once. White can cut, but I can extend. Didn't expect that one. Okay, just as a code threat. I see. So you could take away this eye by connecting here. Then white is forced to cut here.
9,
Hmm,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
not sure. So now white should be dead locally, and this cut is white's only hope. The question is, should I defend here or this side? It's like here, white's only hope would be
9,
this cut.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
I think I can save this. Like, I still don't need to worry too much about this group, since this is dead. Mm. And if white plays anything else than this cut, I think this is quite clearly dead. But a little bit scary is that this extension threatens these stones, so I think I'm going to play this Atari. And let's quickly check this ladder. Unfortunately, not quite working. And like net like this, then with Ataris.
9, 8, 7,
Hmm.
6, 5.
I think I push here. Hmm. Is there any problem here if I connect? With this wedge? Yeah, there's some problems.
9, 8, 7,
Hmm.
6, 5, 4.
Tricky. So now white can reduce my eye shape in the corner. But I have this
9, 8, 7,
sort of
6.
Santa. Is there any point in capturing? Yes, might as well. White is going to get this anyways later, but... And there's no point in taking this, right? Like, I want to connect here. And here. Let's see. I could play some Atari out here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna do that. I was thinking whether I should force with this first, but there's really no reason for white to respond to that. Maybe this Hane? If white cuts eventually, we still have the option to live inside. And if white plays this cut, we are going to net. So what do we do here? Atari or extend?
9, 8, 7,
I
6.
think just like we don't need to get anything more than we already have. um, hmm. No, don't have to kill this. But I am going to take this pleasant shape point. Okay, and white resigns. So the main focus of this game was, of course, like this complicated joseki, or a complicated fight, which came from the 3-3 point joseki. And since it's so complicated, we of course both made plenty of mistakes. For instance, at this point, Katoko thinks that, okay, I can block here on the second line, because even though white can jump into the corner, I still have this cut. And white can't really save the stones along the side. But actually in this variation, Katoko thinks that, okay, black should let white capture 2 stones, and still thinks this result is good for black. So just an example of how there are lots of crazy stuff that can happen. So I thought instead of focusing on um, all our mistakes, maybe I should also mention that later on here, when I went in for the kill with this Hane, Katak also thought this was a bit too hasty, and white shouldn't respond like this, but has some other options to make it quite playable for white. But I thought instead of focusing on that stuff, let's take the most what might be applicable in future games, which is just look at this opening part of the joseki, because at this point I thought at first I was a bit surprised to see that this turn is actually Katago's main choice, at least after this few playouts. I knew it was playable, but I thought more common, was sort of this push or this slide. But Katago quite likes this push and agrees that white should play this jump, which is what I was expecting. But I have this preconception that this is like a big mistake and black should play this clamp to punish it. But Katago thinks that no, this is black doesn't have to punish it. It's okay to just play simply like this, and it's like even game. But I like this corner for black, so I don't mind playing this way. So next time I get into this, I should probably play this to avoid this crazy stuff, because when we get into this fight, Katago thinks this is slightly good for white actually already. I think I said in the game I thought that this fight should be good for black, and maybe it can be if black has some more stones around, but in this case, it's not an easy fight. Katago had some crazy variation here where at this point black can play this tiger's mouth. Once again, this is quite low playout, so I'm not saying this is correct, but I just wanted to show this variation. White plays this Hana and black plays this Nostosuji, which I thought was quite interesting. And white Ataris here. Black can play from the outside because if white captures 1 stone, black just squeezes, and it's a good result for black. So white resists by going down, and then it's very complicated. And then after this sequence, Katago suddenly thinks, no, actually it turns out this fight looks slightly good for black now. So I don't think we can necessarily conclude that this is probably not a mistake for black to play the clamp, but it's needlessly complicated. I think black should probably be happy to play simply like this. So that's my main takeaway from the game. But then in the real game, even though we both made many mistakes, and then when I get to kill this group, it is actually Katago agrees that it's quite good for black. After this point, it doesn't really matter what happens down here. Katago thinks that black has a solid lead even just by killing this. So, hope you liked that game, and thank you for watching.